These are few reasons why you shouldn't trust anyone with your children. And today I'm going to dive into it deeper. Few months ago, I promised a junior colleague of mine that I was going to talk on a topic called pedophilia. So today I'm going to be diving into it and relating it to why you shouldn't trust everybody with your children. So what is pedophilia? In case this is your first time hearing about pedophilia, anyway, pedophilia is a psychiatric disorder in which a older member or older adolescent have an exclusive or primary sexual attraction towards children or a child. Well, before you think of it, what do we actually consider as a child? In different cultural contexts, a child is considered as anyone who is below the age of 18. So relating this to the topic pedophilia, as I stated earlier, that it is a psychiatric disorder in which an adult or older adolescent primarily or exclusively have a sexual attraction towards a child or children. And here is why you shouldn't trust your children or child with anyone anyhow. Because of the work that most parents do, they tend to leave their children with anyhow person, maybe a neighbor, maybe a housemaid, or maybe a workmate. And here is where people are getting it wrong. So the question is, who could abuse your child? And the answer is anybody. Anybody could abuse your child. In fact, studies have shown that 95% of sexually abused children are mostly from people they know. In fact, people around you. Abusers are mostly not strangers, as you may think. In fact, they are around you. They are in your house, they are in your church, they are in your workplaces, they are all over around you. They are the father, they are the uncles, they are the nieces, they are the friends, they are the mates, they are everywhere. Anyone could be a pedophile. And this is why you need to be careful of who you trust with your child. And this leads us to causes of child sexual abuse. And one of the causes is parental negligence, carelessness, and nonchalant attitude in part of the parents. See, in fact, it is as bad that no one can be trusted. As we speak, there are lots of child carrying pregnancies for their father, for their mother, uncles, for their mates. A lot of these are happening in the same world we live in just because the children parents couldn't identify the red flags boldly written in their faces. And the second causes is parents who do not observe. See, apart from being a parent, you should always be an observant. These are little things that cause this sexual abuse. Maybe this child have been giving you some body language in which this child doesn't give, or you notice that anytime a particular person visits, this particular child always try to stay from this particular person. Yes, you see that Uncle Femi that always come to meet you guys, and this child always try in as much to leave the premises where Uncle Femi is. You should be observant about such behavior. And to top it up, both gender can also be abused. As you observe the reactions of your female child, also research and observe those of your male child, because in fact the male child are mostly victims of sexual abuse, but the thing is they mostly can speak out. And the third causes are when the children are not informed. See, we always preach sex education. Sex education shouldn't have an age where it starts. You can begin your sex education for your children at the age of 8. In fact, the moment you see that these children are now socializing, is the best time for you to sit them down and tell them how their organs work. So you tell them that this particular organs, this is what it does, and this is what problem it could cause if it is not well managed. Yes, those are the three common causes of sexual abuses in a child. Now let's discuss about the possible signs that your child are being abused or being abused. So the number one on the list is isolation. When you notice that your child who have always been jovial, playing and a lively kids just suddenly went cold, you as a parent should be worried about such behavior. It could be from a particular experience which the child found strange. So this is the first sign that your child might have been abused by someone you might even know. And number two on the list is fear or anxiety. See, as I stated earlier, that when you notice that anytime you have a particular visitor or someone, it may even be a school teacher who came or come to tutor the child, you notice that this child is always scared of this person, and this thing doesn't happen before, but all of a sudden this attitude begins to escalate. You should be worried about why. It could be that this child have been open to some unusual experience, and this child might have been, talked to and be threatening that if you see this outside, I will injure or do something bad to you. So these may cause, anxiety and fear in them, and these may trigger out of any time in which they have contact with the pedophile. And number three on the list is difficult in walking. As a child, especially the female child, who still have a very fragile genital. When something like this, when they are being abused, they mostly, put out this sign of a change in their walking steps. As a parent, it is your work to always observe the way they walk. Maybe they have been walking fine before, and all of a sudden you notice a change in their walking step. It may be as a result of abuse. And the fourth signs of abuse is sudden drop in academic performance. This particular trauma could make a child, lose focus and, be distracted in the academics. When a child have been doing well before and all of a sudden you notice a change in their grades, and you've probably tried to put them in different coaching classes but still no positive results, you may want to do a background check on whether they have been abused or are being abused presently. Another possible sign that your child may have been abused is poor social interaction. I know most parents who are not observant may think most of their children are introverts or antisocial, or they don't talk to people, they don't talk outside, they are this and that. You should be careful and observe if truly these children are antisocial as you claimed, because most of these children have been abused at home in which you actually don't know. Because once they are abused by a person close with them, they will be scared, to move with a lot of people or to even have a social interaction with other people in the community, because at that point in time they are doubting the trust they have of people. And now that we have talked about what pedophilia is, what pedophile is, the causes of sexual abuse in child, and the possible signs that your child might have been abused, I also want to give you these few tips. And please note that child don't lie about sexual abuse. They mostly don't lie about sexual abuse. So once your child, your female child or your male child have the courage to talk to you about someone trying to mess with them, please kindly attend to it. Please, I beg you in the name of God. Anyway, I am Basit Okikiola Lawa, aka Choosing One, a guidance counselor. And thank you for watching this. And this is Counseling Talk. Follow for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.